Okay, I don't think I was followed. Here's the deal. A few weeks ago, I was out shopping and I saw a display of these coffee stouts. Didn't really pay much attention to it until I went to go to pay for everything, and I saw a sign saying limit 2 per customer. So is that like 2 4-packs of these? No. Apparently it's a limit of 2 bottles. The demand for this is so crazy high, they had to limit it to 2 bottles per person. So, today I went back in, and using subterfuge and guile, I was able to acquire a full 4-pack. Hello. May I purchase this? Yeah, of course. Bert, we might need to get security down here. And now you know the rest of the story. I pulled a fast one on him, and now I might be followed by the FBI or Interpol or something. I better go check to make sure. Alright, nobody yet, but I better review this quick before I get pinched by the fuzz. What I managed to acquire today is Founders Brewing highly acclaimed KBS flavored stout. Stout brewed with coffee and chocolate and aged in my favorite oak bourbon barrels. Much like the Sidamo, I'm never going to get that. The label has a almost bland look to it. I don't know if it's the curse of bourbon barrel beers to just sort of have this drab brown look to them. It does have a little bit of color and some more shadings, a few more dark colors. But what I really don't like about this label is that I'm not seeing any of my favorite information on here. I'm not seeing the ABV, an IBU, nothing like that to tell me what I'm about to get into. However, if the past experience with bourbon barrel stouts and the price has anything to say, this is going to be a very high ABV beer. Now it's time to crack it open and see what it looks like. And already I can smell dark chocolates and some other things going on. So again, like the Hardywood, whatever that was called, really dark colors, kind of an off white, light brown head. And as you pour it, you do start getting some of those smells. So that's really good. That's a good sign. So like with the Hardywood one, a lot of rich flavors. And the coffee almost just gives that roasted taste, a slight acidity on it, which is nice. A little acidity from the coffee I don't mind. When it's overly acidic, that's a bit too much for me. But then the chocolate just mellows that right out. And then of course you get the bourbon flavors, that slight vanilla flavor from it. Actually pretty good. And not a strong alcohol taste. But even after that first drink, I can tell the ABV is up there. So here's where I have a little admission to make. I paid $23 for a 4-pack of this. While it's a bit much, and that's not what I would normally pay for a beer, I do like what I get. I wish the price had been brought down a little bit. Again, with these, you can kind of assume that the barrel aging increases the price. I believe it's actually made with actual cocoa or cacao nibs, so that might bring up the price a bit. And of course, anytime you get a beer with a higher alcohol, that's going to bring up the price a bit. But I'm a little worried that the demand and supply of this is what's really driving up the price there. The fact that they had a whole shelf of this that they said was only 2 bottles per customer, but a week later I was able to go in, they still had the display of it, and I was able to pick up a 4-pack. That all could have been a ploy. I don't mean to stand on a soapbox here, but it could have been a ploy just to drive up price a little bit. But like I said, you're getting what you paid for, sort of. As far as being unique in any sort of way, I mean, I've seen a lot of coffee stouts, I've seen a lot of bourbon barrel stouts, and I've seen a few coffee bourbon barrel stouts. I haven't seen many brewed with chocolates, though, so that was kind of a nice change of pace. Really, what was the most unique thing about this was just this sort of limit 2 per customer thing they had going on. I can't say for sure if it was just to drum up more business, or if the supply for this was actually as high as this guy was telling me. Overall, this is pretty decent. If you like rich, flavorful beers and you can still find it on shelves, I recommend picking it up. The one bonus I can give this over something like the Hardywood that I had before is that this one comes in individual little bottles. So you can drink this by itself, and you don't have to get through a whole 22 or however many ounces that other one was. Hopefully, we can find this again. It'll come down slightly in price. Otherwise, I think that hopefully I'll see everybody later. Have a good evening.